Hello again, everybody. Welcome to episode 32 of Behind the Shield, as we are joined today by new women's soccer coach Kelly Wakeman. Hello again, everybody. Scott Geis joining you for another episode of Behind the Shield. Today we get to talk to Coach Wakeman about taking over a program during a pandemic, because that hasn't happened very often. What it's been like to acclimate herself to York and what she's learning about the York College campus and programs, and also what her culture is and how her team's going to look once they get on the field sometime during 2020-2021. So after this commercial break, head coach Kelly Wakeman.
You've probably heard a lot about changes on campus, about how classes will look a little different, or how the dining hall will be set up like it was last year. You may have heard we'll be living with a new normal. But the truth is, at York College of Pennsylvania, normal has never been our thing. If by normal you mean predictable, usual, commonplace, average, that's not us. Our normal is extraordinary, exceptional, remarkable. Our normal is about taking responsibility, thinking of others, and treating people with respect. Here, normal means being compassionate. It means protecting the person next to us to ensure safety and good health for all of us, because we know we're in this together. For us, wearing masks and social distancing aren't really a new normal. They're just another example of what's always been important to us. Joining efforts to find real solutions to achieve our goals, to help our community thrive, and to show that we care. That's not a new normal. That's our normal, and we are grateful that you're a part of it. Welcome home, Spartans.
Welcome back to episode 32 of Behind the Shield. Today we are joined by new women's soccer coach Kelly Wakeman. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Scott. I appreciate it.
So I'm not sure that anybody's really ever been in this situation of taking over a new team and a program in the middle of a pandemic, but golly, that's what you get stuck doing here. How's it gone so far?
Well, I think, we're choosing to see the glasses half full in the situation, which is kind of all you can do. It's given us a chance to really connect as people, to get to know our backgrounds, gave me a chance to really connect with where this program has been and really start to develop a vision for where I want to see it going. But I've just really enjoyed getting to know the girls. Obviously, initially it had to be via Zoom and, in that kind of scenario, but now it's been great to have them back on campus and to meet with them individually, talk about the game, where they see themselves going, where they see the program going. And I think it's given us a chance to really just kind of blend both of our visions together. And now we can't just wait to get out on the field together.
Yeah, I actually got to see them out doing workouts yesterday, and they were enthusiastic and very much looking forward. What's it going to be like when you actually get them on the field? Obviously, social distancing, masks, it's going to be a little different than normal, but what are you hoping to be able to accomplish this fall?
Well, we're blessed with, there's a lot of girls interested for the team right now. So first we got to kind of get it to a manageable size, set the roster, kind of have a little bit more of a tryout scenario. So there will be a lot of kind of taking different skills into consideration. And certainly I think I'm welcoming it as a chance to kind of reinvent some of my practices and sessions and the way I do things, because obviously we will need to take the masks and the breathing through them into account. We will need to take the social distancing into account. So, give me a chance to kind of have a fresh look at some practice sessions and really see what some of the girls, it'll place an emphasis on their individual skills, some of their technical skills. Certainly we'll have a chance still for a lot of, finishing and set plays. And I really do feel that set pieces in particular are a big part of the success in the women's game. And, we'll have a chance to do a lot of practice and repetition. And one of the things that the girls have really committed to, and I've emphasized, is we need to have a professional culture where we're really looking to, yes, we'll have our team time, but there'll be times where they have individual time, and they'll really need to take advantage of that and be self-sufficient, self-starters. And it's something I've been really impressed with, that the girls are chomping at the bit. We can't wait to get out there, but they're doing things on their own. They're taking initiative, and it's their program first. So they're really showing that they're willing to put in the work.
Do you feel the success that they had at the end of the year last year, advancing to the conference championship game, knocking off Salisbury to advance to the championship game, has kind of given them a little fuel, a little bit more of a push and an excitement that they can build on that heading into this year?
Yeah, I think they felt like they peaked at the end of last year. So, like you said, riding that success into this year. And then I think also, they're energized with a new coach and a new vision, and they understand that they're going to need to compete out there, and they're going to need to vie for playing time down the road, for roster spots. And, that's really at the heart of our core values, and the core values that were in place before me is that, that value of commitment and really wanting to get out there and get after it. So I think between the success of last year, some of the new vision and new blood of this year, they're super motivated. And let's not forget, a lot of us were locked up for quite a period of time, and maybe running individually, maybe doing stuff. We love the social side of sports as well. And even if we have to do it from 6 feet apart and through a mask, just being together, enjoying the game together, that's something that we are all really excited about.
When somebody looks at your team, what do you want to be known as? What are some of the characteristics you want to carry over into this season with your group, with your team?
Well, I think there's been a good established sense of grittiness within this program that we'll look to continue on. Kind of that value of you're going to get out of your experience what you put in, and really having a sense of personal responsibility when it comes to things like fitness, being fit and being ready in that sense, but also a team first mentality. What do we need to do together to play well, to put our best players out there on the field? Like I said kind of earlier, that professional culture where we're all going to do what we need to improve as individuals. Let's face it, it's human nature. We all like to do what we're good at. And, the really great athletes, I think, spend that extra time on their deficiencies, on the things they need to improve on. And so it'll be identifying those things, making sure, girls are willing to work at it. But I would say, a competitive culture is what we're really looking to create here. And, the girls know, being in the conference with Messiah, we're talking about the most successful women's program at the D3 level in the last decade. And if we want a conference championship, we have to go through them. So I think I always remind them of that, because I've personally been at Messiah and played, and, it's certainly an environment that you enjoy taking in. So the preparation for that and beating them starts next week.
You talk about the MAC, and that's something that's going to be new for everybody. What is some of the excitement of the MAC? Obviously, the girls are used to the CAC and the travel and all that, but now we're in the MAC. We're with one of the premier programs in the country in Messiah, and some other really good programs as well. It's not just a one-horse race. What do you see as the benefit to being a part of the MAC now?
Well, the interesting thing, too, is I have a background in the MAC. I did coach in that conference for a year and really enjoyed that experience. So I think overall from that, and kind of projecting into the future, knowing that I think the overall level of competition will rise as far as the quality. And I think also the MAC has a great reputation. So, when we're talking about the competition that we're facing, and the fact that it's on a national scale opens up, more than a conference champion to NCAA qualifiers, to get in there. So I think there's more at stake. Getting into the playoff scenario there is, a little bit different. And I'm kind of grateful that we don't have to do this whole playing teams twice thing, because I know that's common in other sports, but that's never been the case in soccer. And I think that becomes more of a mental and tactical game then. And I'd rather prepare for these teams once, which is a great thing about the MAC. So I just think it's very, very well regarded in the Northeast as far as the conference, good reputation, good regional ranking, strong teams. So the girls are going to notice that I think the average competition is just going to bump up to the next level.
So we haven't had a chance to see you coach a game yet. What do you like on the sidelines? Are you a yeller? Are you enthusiastic? How would you kind of characteristic your style, not only during games, but just during workouts and being with the girls?
Sure. Well, I do often warn the kids, if you see me sitting down, that's not a good sign. So usually I am someone that is up, involved, walking and moving on the sideline. But at the same point in time, I don't feel as much gets accomplished through yelling. I am a believer that every once in a while, that passion, and there's that time and a place for a strong word or a strong tone. But I think you can tune that out if that's happening all the time. So I really do feel it's my job to prepare them so that they're doing a lot of the coaching in the game. Yes, I will talk to a kid as they come out on the sideline. I may instruct for certain things, but I don't think you're really a very good coach if you have to coach them through every moment of the game when we're in the game. The whole point is the preparation so that they can coach themselves and they can learn to identify things while the game is occurring. And then, soccer is one of those sports where you have a plan, a scout going in. I'm very big on the preparation of that, the detail, and then really having your main points that you're touching on at halftime as far as what are we doing well, what needs to be adjusted, and then the reflection at the end. I'm a big believer in having the girls write down some reflection and really consider, what their performance was like and what the team performance was like and using all that. So I'm passionate about my sport and coaching these young women and competing, and I like to win. But at the same point in time, I'm about empowering them to be ready on game day.
Is that part of the culture too, to empower and to give them ownership of what they're doing, not only with their program, but with their teammates and you as a coach?
I think it's one of the silver linings of this COVID situation is they have to organize more. They have to put in more individual and small group time. And through their sacrifice of their time, which is the biggest sacrifice any of us can make, they are showing that they're committed to the program, that the program is theirs. And I think the more that they vest in it, when we're successful, because we will be successful come this fall, or come next fall, this spring, sorry, that's old habits, that they, when they're out there on the field and they see their success, they know it's their success. So I think that'll be a great thing.
What's been the most exciting part of this for you in terms of taking over the program? Obviously in crazy situation, but what's it been like being in the office and now being around your kids? What are some of the things that you really enjoyed about this part of the journey?
Well, I've come and I've played at York before, as an opponent, and always been, admired the facilities and what you guys have. I think it's some of the best facilities in the nation. So really enjoying taking all that in. Can't wait to get out on the field and coach the team next week. As far as the staff from day one, they have been super welcoming, introducing themselves, offering their help. So I really feel it's been a rather seamless transition. And then as the team has now come in, and it literally took until they were here for classes for me to meet my first soccer player face to face. But that's also been seamless. I think, I don't want to just go on and on about, what it's been like, because it's just been so easy. We match up well, our value systems align, our philosophies align. And I think it's a good thing because it's all about fit, right? That's why kids choose a college. It's what a coach hopes for in their program, is that good fit so that they can focus on their sport and improving. And, I feel here I've just loved getting to know the girls. They keep me laughing. It's been fun. And it's the challenge of redesigning sessions and doing things that are going to keep them interested without competition. I love that challenge. It's going to be a challenge, but I welcome it. And I think it's going to give our culture, an even bigger boost. But everything about York's been great. I'm a big fan of the Kelly green color. So it's, we're good with that. And I just can't wait to continue to build and grow. And I feel so privileged to be here with my student athletes during this time.
Practice, as we've talked about, going to be different in the fall. How can that be an advantage? How can you use that as an advantage moving forward? Is it a little different because your freshmen aren't going to be thrown into the fire after being on campus for 2 weeks? Is it something like that? Or is it some bigger things that maybe you feel will be an advantage for you as a coach in a program?
Yeah, I think there's kind of like what you point to, two big advantages. One is on the personal and psychological side where they're kind of eased into it and not thrown in quite so much. So I know them all. I've spent more time with them as individuals and people and gotten to know them than any other program I've been a part of because of this situation. And I think that's such a blessing because we have trust, we have, a relationship built, and that'll help on the field. On the field, I feel like it's a chance for a lot of girls to get better technically, to get better in, kind of more of the set routine parts of the game, the shooting aspect of things, the accuracy of passing, set plays. Obviously, the goalkeepers are kind of accustomed to this kind of style of practice and will continue to be able to work at a distance. You could even look at it from a fitness perspective of breathing through a mask is not everybody's favorite thing, but it certainly will help with some of our fitness, in the long run. So, I think there's definitely some individual advantages. If the girls decide to go in with the right mindset, that this is a time for them to really improve individually and certain technical skills, especially, then come when we can compete, we'll be able to do more of the tactics, more of the whole team vision and connecting all the dots. And that's what you want as a coach, but you don't always get that kind of time, to work on things bit by bit. So I keep telling them it's like being a professional. We'll have our group session, and then you can have some individual time. You can work on the things you need to work on. And that rarely happens at this level to the extent that it should.
So a little long-term question here. In 5 years, what can this program accomplish? What are you hoping to be able to bring to York College and the women's soccer program to really make it stand out? If we look at this, if we get back together in 5 years, what are some of the things that you're going to hope to be able to accomplish as a program?
Certainly, NCAA tournament. We want to be winning games, and we want to be recognized in that national pool of teams. So that's goal number one. I think, how you get there, we need to be in the playoffs. We need to be learning about the mindset and the preparation of being in an elimination format. And I think that takes a special preparation and mindset. So, getting to playoffs first, having success, winning games there, NCAA tournament, but also continuing to build on the culture that's established. I've heard so many positives about where we are now has been the result of a couple of years of real dedication by both Coach Sterner, in her time here, the coaching staff that was in place, and the girls, to the culture and really creating a sense of responsibility and a hard work ethic and commitment. So I want to maintain and build on that. And, recruiting is the lifeblood of a program. So certainly looking to bring in talent. To me, it's all about getting kids on campus. So for the people out there that watch, we're open, we're taking visitors. You got to come check out the facilities here, both from the athletic standpoint and the academic standpoint. I'm blown away. I'm learning more about the academic side of this, and I'm amazed by all the options here. Obviously, we have grad programs too. So a lot of these girls that maybe were going to graduate, they've thought twice about whether or not they want to do that. Maybe start a master's degree, maybe continue their education. So to me, York has so many opportunities, and I'm learning them daily and excited about seeing, what comes down the line.
As somebody who's been here a long time, I echo those sentiments exactly. The facilities are amazing. Our coaching staff's amazing. Our staff really is amazing, and certainly an opportunity for a student athlete to have a wonderful experience, both athletically and academically, is certainly the case at York College. Thank you so much for joining us. It was great to get the chance to catch up and introduce you to everybody around York within the women's soccer program. We can't wait to see you on the field with your kids. And if it's even just this fall in mask and social distance, that's going to be fine, because it's better than nothing. And certainly glad to have your kids back and on campus. And, fingers crossed that we'll be able to play sometime this spring. So Kelly, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. And Scott, just personally, thank you for your warm welcome. You've been great to talk to. Appreciate that. You kind of represent this family that I'm now a part of here at York, and it's awesome to be here and with all you guys.
Thank you very much, and can't wait to get started. So thanks again.
Thank you.
At York College, we are proud of the fact that we have over 30 cultures and 30 countries represented among our campus community. We not only are proud of that fact, we celebrate the unique perspective and differences that each and every person on this campus brings to us. So on behalf of all of us at York College, I want you to know that you are welcomed here.
Tu eres bienvenido aquí. Vous êtes bien reçu ici. You're very welcome here.
You are welcome here.
You are welcome here.
Você está bem-vindo aqui.
You are welcome here.
You are welcome here. You are welcome here.
You're welcome here.
معكم رقية آل الشيخ من كلية يورك في بنسلفانيا. أنتم مرحب بكم هنا. We are welcome.
From day one at York College of Pennsylvania, you are welcome here.
We would like to thank Coach Wakeman for joining us today. Certainly great to catch up with her and introduce her to you guys as our new women's soccer coach. You can hear the excitement in her voice as she has acclimated herself to York and getting to know her team both off the field and soon on the field. She's looking forward to getting a chance to coach them up during the 2021 season. We will return later this week with Captain Megan Stoltzfus. Until that time, stay safe, stay healthy, and go Spartans.